Today we are here at the Family Center in Montpelier, which offers extraordinary child care, early child education to 54 Vermonters every single day. To celebrate the good work that Vermont's doing for all of Vermont's children. We know that our kids are our future, that their health determines our health, and that our ability to ensure that we get them the services, quality education that we need early will ensure that they have a bright future and a bright jobs future. Recently, it was announced, and we today celebrate the fact that Vermont is third best in the nation for overall child well-being. We're first in health across the country. That's a big deal. What that means is that we've cut the number of children who have no health insurance in half between 2008 and 2010. Children and teens, we've reduced child and teen death by half from 2005 to 2009. So we're number one in healthcare. We're number two in the family and community. That means fewer children living in single-family homes, fewer children living in households where we don't have an adequate education to be able to raise kids with the quality of life that we hope they'll be able to achieve. And we're number three in education. So that's good news for Vermont. We're 12th across the nation in terms of economic well-being, jobs and economic opportunities. And that too is a good ranking. We're working very hard every day to make it better. This is what we know. In both education, healthcare, and jobs, the relationship between our efforts to be the best and outcomes is directly linked. For every dollar that we spend on a center like this to ensure that every child gets a strong start, it means that we save $12 to $14 later on because they don't need other services offered by government. Instead, they're productive members of the workforce.
And this indicates that we are doing well. Certainly, I see every day room for improvement, and we're going to continue to look for that improvement. The governor emphasizes that to us every day. What are you doing about early childhood? How are we dealing with the achievement gap? That's our charge, and we're going to continue moving forward on this. But this ranking does not come about by accident. It doesn't come about just because we're special. It comes about because we work at it. We've had policies in place over the years that we're continuing and expanding under this administration. We have a good education system out there. We've got schools that are working hard to get kids off to a good start, to make sure that they are successful. We've had a long-term commitment in this state to protecting our kids and helping them be successful. But probably most important is what's done outside of government. It's our community partners. It is the schools. It is the parent-child centers like we see here today. All over the state, those folks who are working hard to work with the children that you see behind us. It's our community health centers. It's groups like the Boys and Girls Clubs of the state who are working with kids. We come together as a state to make sure that kids do well. And we're really proud that kids are doing well, and we're going to continue to work hard to make sure that kids do well, and that we bend the curve on some of the negative outcomes that I unfortunately see in my agency. So with our continuing commitment, with the governor continuing to push on us in the Agency of Human Services, dealing with a tough economy, tough federal budgets, we will continue to do well by our kids. But today is a day for celebration.
When we look at how schools are doing in this country, we have the second highest graduation rate in the country, which is an increase over the last few years. We have more students going on to post-secondary education. Those are all wonderful things that are not accomplished by the schools alone. They're accomplished by the coordinated services between departments, children and families, by the Agency of Human Services, with a governor who really supports education and providing support for families. And ultimately, it is everyone's responsibility to make sure that all of our children have the same opportunities that these kids have here, to go to high-quality preschool programs that prepare them for school. That is no small task, but Vermont is, I believe, a leader in that. We're very, very proud of that. And closing the achievement gap We know that our single biggest challenge in Vermont is closing the achievement gap for children who are either living in poverty or whose family are qualifying for free and reduced lunch. That is what I believe the validation that this recognition provides.
After you look at this stunning success, there are still families that struggle day in and day out. The toxic stress they deal with can be unbearable. The unrelenting undertow of poverty sometimes can consume these families. The governor would be the first to say that despite this success, we still have to serve those who are the most vulnerable among us. That's why in his budget this year, there was an additional $3 million for child care, so that families could work, so that children could get good quality. There was an additional, and this I think the largest increase in child welfare in modern history, 27 additional social workers over the last 2 years. An increase for foster care parents who hadn't received an increase in over 3 years. And when you look at the data in the report, you'll see that 39% of families spend more than 30% of their income on housing. The governor created the first ever Vermont rental subsidy that we're targeting at some of the most at-risk families, help them so they don't experience that undertow of poverty.